definitely not represented in mainstream culture in the U.S. The type of music that we performed earlier has been much well received, more so here than it is in our country, in our own home. And that's because we are a very small minority represented there. And that's why it's even more important for us to band together and be as strong as possible within our own communities, to instill the culture in our youth. And we have some cases where, I was talking to Purify about this, where we may have kept our lands, but in keeping our lands, we were forced to lose our culture. There were generations of people who couldn't speak their language or they were killed. But then you have those folks that lost their lands and were moved onto reservations, and they were able to preserve their cultures. So each tribe is different in their walk, but it's always a fight. You have people in the U.S. that still don't think that there are Indians, that there are Native people, that we don't exist and that we were killed off a long time ago.
We have a long history of colonized abuse. From residential school to foster care, we have government corporations there bringing in nuclear waste and mining, and we have all kinds of horrific, we have a huge epidemic of suicide. We have a huge epidemic of missing and murdered women and children. We have lots of drugs and alcohol that are being brought into our communities. We have it all. And this is the existence of indigenous people pretty much everywhere. Specifically, what I'm talking about is in Canada and in the US. So, and the response in the help that we get is not helpful. The help that they give us is they take the children away, they lock the people up, they send us to places far away to get medication and be talked to for about an hour in an appointment somewhere with some psychiatrist that has absolutely no idea who we are or what our problems are and what we've been dealing with. A lot of racism. So we need to heal our people from our inside our communities. We know how to take care of our people. There is a handful of people in every community that will do their best to make things change.
Well, Standing Rock was actually, it was the greatest, or it has been the greatest gathering of indigenous folks within the past, say, 2 to 3 centuries. And they came together in South Dakota, North Dakota, to stand up against the construction of the Dakota Access Pipeline. You had a case where you had the natives of the Standing Rock Sioux who had a treaty for their land, and these companies went against the treaties and wanted to build an oil pipeline, and they were able to do so.
It's already been built, and the oil is flowing. I was there. I've been there a couple of times. But originally, the pipeline was supposed to go through Bismarck, North Dakota, which is where all the white people live. They did not want it because it was dangerous. So they rerouted it and decided it was going to go through Indian country under the Missouri River. And the people got up and fought. And the Missouri River and the Mississippi River are two of the most important rivers in all of the United States. And to the Native people, these are our old, ancient highways. They unite every tribe. This is our bloodline. It's our indigenous tree, our family tree. So that is why so many came running, thousands and thousands of people, and thousands of Indians. People from New Zealand came. People from the Sami from Norway came. People from Hawaii. People from Aboriginal Australia came. I mean, it was just amazing. And they fought in prayer. They were unarmed, and they kept themselves in ceremony. This movement started from the youth, and the women. They're the ones that made this happen. So, and it was almost one whole year that they camped on the land. And now that they've been evacuated, they're out everywhere educating people everywhere. And they're getting the banks to divest all over, to pull your monies out of Fargo. And wherever else there are monies that are being put into the North Dakota Access Pipeline, they are getting companies and banks to pull out. So, and it's working, it's helping. And without the help of people from everywhere, it wouldn't have happened. So it's gonna take everybody to stop all these corporations from pulling everything up out of the ground and chopping everything up. It's going to take all people